Morning, Jules here. Welcome to my channel. So today what we're doing is we're doing some little booklets, and they're accordion mini journals or whatever. They've got little dangles on, and all it is just one sheet. And what I've used to put the lines on there is a bit of corrugated cardboard. I've used some stamps to go around the edges, and then on the other side I've got some little pockets. It's one of the Tim Holtz dies. A few out, so I cut them out in different bits of paper. So I just put two on. I put lines on there. So it's an accordion book, so it opens like that. It's kind of like a never-ending journal, or you can open it right up. And all I did was I just put a little hole in, threaded some ribbon round it, and tied it in a bow. And that's as easy as it is. Now, we'll just leave that. And this one's done like a policy pocket, but I just tied it with ribbon, and of course it's been tied for a couple of days, so you can either tie it down at the bottom or at the top. This one's exactly the same, but it had a shorter side, so I decided to do like a policy envelope again. We've got a pocket there, and we've just got bits and pieces, and I just put two little bits there. And what we'll do is we'll put a little bit of washi tape over that, and as before you just put it over gently and then press it down from that side, and you find that it sticks no bother. This one, what it is, I thought I might have covered this one up, and this is washi tape. It's quite sticky. It's Santoro from when I worked with Do Crafts. I've got quite a few rolls of this to use in my demos, and obviously I didn't use it all, so I had some left, so we'll just put that gently over there and then push it down. You can use a bone folder to burnish it down, but yeah. And then you can do it, you know, like the original policy pocket. Turn that on there. I just wanted to tie a knot in it. Whoops. Tie a bow in it, sorry. I just quite like the bows at either the top or the bottom of these. Just fit that under there. The ribbon I got from Temu. It's kind of iridescent. It's quite pretty. I'll not tie that knot so tight so that I can't get it out from underneath. And there we are. So we've got those two. So they're easy to make. I've got quite a few cut out here, but I've got some. We'll use the craft card. I've got some craft card here. So I want a long one. Now what I normally do is I make them, I think it's 3.5. We'll measure it. You can make them any size you want. So that's 4 by 3.5. So what I wanted was 2 strips at 4. So I'm just going to trim these down using a scoreboard. It's marked at inch, you can see the inch increments. I'm just finding my seat. And I want it at 3.5, so we'll take this out. So this isn't the best board for doing this because it's only a small one. So there's, I've got 3.5. I'm going to use that. Hold that over. 3.5. Fold it over. Just jut that edge into there. As long as it's jutted in, you'll get an even. And then 3.5. And you can see we've got a bit left over. So then we'll do the same with this. 3.5. You can make them slightly smaller if you want them to fold in on themselves. That one I've done a little bit wonky, so I'm just evening it out. And that's it. Then fold it over. And that's 1/4. Okay, so we'll just put that up there for now. So one of these I don't need, so I'm going to cut this one off. And this is how you get a big long one. This is probably about 160 GSM. You can just use a heavy paper. It's entirely up to you. So what I want is I want one like that. I want that one like that, and that one like that, so that it opens. So now we need to stick that on there. So I will glue this. I'm using art glitter glue. And the little pin that was going inside it was a bit too long, so I cut it down, and I think I've cut it down too much. Open that like that, and then obviously I don't want this piece of paper going over the fold, so watch, make sure that you can still see the fold, and then burnish it down on both sides, and then you can refold it. If you've made a mistake and you've stuck it down wrong, just refold it. You've got your folds, and then once you've got your folds perfect, then you can open them up like that. Now I like to round mine off. I've got a corner rounder here, and I'll just speed this up. So I'm just going to do all the corners. I'm doing these corners as well, so that's folded over, and I have to stand up to do this. And then do that one. I always think it looks nice when it's rounded off. I've got another corner rounder that has quite a few different size rounds, but it doesn't take the, because this is like 3 bits. It's that one, and the one that we stuck on. And just have to lift that up. I'm going to put that one back in again. That's it, stuck it off. Fold it over. So if it's 160 GSM, you're actually going through 320 because you're going through 2 sheets. So some punches don't take that thickness. And there we are. And I think what I might do is I might use that as a closure. So we'll see. We'll put that there. Now what I have been doing is I've been inking around it, obviously, and then I've been putting paper around. So what I did was I did cut some book pages just randomly. Some I rounded off, and this is what we'll use on here. Some of them are doubled like that, and it doesn't particularly matter what you've got them on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink round it. I'm using ground espresso distress ink on this one because with it being craft card, I wanted it quite dark. Okay, so there we've got our, just and you can, you know, refold them again just on the other side. As long as your opening's the right way. And so we want a piece of book page on here. Now if I'm going to do that as a folder, what I'll do is it will fold in like that, so I can put this one on first, but when I put the one on the back I need to put that on. So and just put that in the middle like that. And I'm going to use some, got some bits of tags here somewhere. I need that out. I need these. Just got some bits of labels. There's one. There's one. This one, that says thank you, but I don't want, well, I'll see if I can cover that up. Can maybe put a little bit of I'm here for you on that. We'll put that one over there. These are just tags that I've had in card making kits, so I've had them probably about 20 years. And then we'll just and we'll go around this one. And there. Now I want a photograph. Now I've got some photographs here. We've got fairies and we've got little girls. I think we'll use a little girl. Do you want that one? I think we'll take a red-haired one. Have that like that. I think we'll have a little bit of something behind the little girl. Got a little bit of put her on there. I think we'll put it that way. And then just got a little label here and I quite like this, and it's mushrooms. I want it like that. Yeah, again we'll ink round it. That. Yeah, we'll have that just coming off the edge of that. Just want a little bit of border there. And what am I going to find to pop in there? I'm just having a look. I've got a bird. Can't use the bird. I think I'll use these. Right, I do have a. We'll use this. And I'm using the VersaFine smoky grey, so it's not, it's kind of a soft grey this. I'll just put that there. And then we'll stick this on. So you can see I've used silver card to do these little I must have had some left and I've just cut it out with deckled edge scissors. Now I can see that ink is still a little bit, there must be a coating on the back of that bit of card. Now this, what I want to do is I want to put some string on it. Now I'm just wondering if yeah, we'll use the gold. And I think this has just been when I've had tags and stuff like this, like that. And I've just, what's been left from the tags. Trying to be frugal and not use so much, but it's not working. So I need to use a bit more. Pull that through. Trim that off. And I think we'll have them coming down there, so and some of these tags are made out of pearlized card, which is fine. Always adds to it. Put that together so it pulls it down a bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the thread and then just hold it down. And that should be enough. Yep. It's not sticking it. Probably have to do it with fabric tack and then hold it with a clip, so I'll do that later on. Now this is too wide, so I'm just going to trim it down a little bit, and I'm going to use my, just so that I've got a bit of a point like that. And I want that probably about there. So just now this I'm going to put some pockets in, so it will be a little bit wider, so I'm just giving it. And if you want, you can take your scoreboard and do this. So that's the one I want it at. And then if I score it at the next one, score it at the next one, score it at the next one, and score it at the next one, then what you get is you get like some lines, and if you just roll them, you get that kind of rolly, like expanding bit. So that's going to fit on there. That I want to go there, so I am going to stick this down. I've maybe put one line in too many, so I'm taking it right up to the line. And I'm going to stick it down. I was just making sure that it was the back. And stick that down like that. Put this away. And then what we can do is we can put our other piece of book page on there like that. So I think we need some more ink. And I'm just going to go over it just ever so slightly, just in bits, just to darken it down a little bit. I'm putting my arm in this. I'm going to have like little grey squares on my arm where I've been dipping my arm into the ink pot, into the ink pad. And then we'll just put that down like that. So I'm going to get a little visitor. She's just coming from a walk. I can hear a bell. She's looking for me. Oh. She's telling my husband that she can't get in. She's locked out. Now what we want is I think that's a bit too thin, so I think we'll do the bit that we cut off. And what I am going to do is I'm going to put some little grommets, I think, in there. So I'm just marking that. I want it off by there, and I've got a tiny, tiny little line there, and I'm just going to do the edges just so it looks a little bit like a fixture. And I'm going to ink it. I should have inked that before I stuck it down, but never mind. So ink this. And what I'm doing is I'm just lightly brushing the ink pad over the lines that we did. And I think we'll have that there. Now what I am going to use is I'm going to use my... Oh, every time I use this, people send me messages to say what pen is it. It's an X-cut pen, ball pin tool pen, and it's got 3 ball tools and a pin, and it is good, it's brilliant. So what I'm doing is I'm just poking, and I'm poking it through the cover as well so I can see. Sometimes when you press too hard, the pin tool goes in. So yeah, so I can see them. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to put push that on there like that. And push it through there. And I'm going to dab a little bit of glue on it just to stick it down. Dab a little bit of glue on this side. Just enough to stick it down. Then I'm going to get my, and it's the smaller hole I'm using, the ones 1/18. And I'm going, I can see the pinprick, so I'm going this side of the pinprick, because obviously it's a grommet I'm going to put in. Again, I can see the pinprick, so what I've done is where the hole is, I've just got the pinprick on this side, so I'm this side of the, like that. I've got a couple of grommets. You can use split pins, so you wouldn't need to put a hole with a proper dial in. And these are a little bit tight on these holes, so I can put them both in, and one won't fall out while I'm dealing with the other one. And I'm just going to squish it down, squish it down, and then when you look at that side, it's not too bad. If you use split pins, you have to cover you're best off covering the split pins. And then what we can do is we then push that through there, and you've got your fastener. So when it's tight, you can push it right through. When it's, you know, when you've got more stuff in it, you can open it, but you will find that it will open that way. That's fine. It's just going to fit in a pocket anyway. So then we can put our lines on it, and as I said, it was just a piece of card. So I'm just wondering if I should have a piece of no, I'm not. I'm going to use that as I'm going to put lines on that. That'll be fine. And when you use cardboard, it comes out kind of like distressed lines, which is what I like. They're not perfect. You can see enough lines to write on, journal on. Just rub that on there. And then just push that in the middle. And I'm just press. Eventually it goes, you know, putting the ink on and pressing it down, eventually it collapses. The little ridges that you're inking, but it's a good way of putting lines, even in your journals. And you can use a brayer, you know, you could go over it with a brayer to get an even. But I'm finding if you rub your ink pad on it, you get more coverage. I think we'll put a pocket on that one. I think we'll do lines on the back. If you wanted, you could put proper pockets on. That's entirely up to you. You can decorate these pages how you like. but it's journaling space that I was wanting it for, so that's what I'm doing with just a couple of little, and that's why I use these pockets, so that I could fit several tags and things in. But I'm just going to do journaling space on the back. And you can see I'm not getting the lines evenly. You know, they're slightly off, or they're not directly in the middle. Does it matter? No, it doesn't. And that one, that's where we joined, so that's why that's cut off a little bit there, but that's fine. And you know when your little bits of corrugated cardboard are collapsing because your lines start to get fatter. So we'll turn this over now, and I think we'll do this one. So just going to ink round it. And then all I'm doing is I'm bending it like that just to get the edges. And just catching the edges with the and then hold that one. And that one. Yep, the sleeve's coming down. I hate it when my sleeve comes down. And I think we'll do some, I'll just use this one, it's the do some secondary and thirdary stamps. Don't think that's a word, but and then with these what you do is you ink around the edges. You do the top as well. You don't really want the top one as a pocket because it's, well, you could, but it just keeps the whole thing nice and sort of like strong on the page if that one's stuck down, because that opens, and that opens. And then we've got some little bits and pieces. Let me see what we've got. That's, put that one in there. This is kind of a green. They're labels. That's actually a there's clusters. So I think what we'll do is we'll put that there. I'm going to ink around this. And I'm going to put that in that way. And then I'm going to ink around this. And we'll put that one in. In fact, what I'll do is I'll find a smaller tag. I've got some tags here now. Again, I've had these for years. When I worked, some of the girls got together and bought me a load of crafting stuff for my birthday. And these I've never really used. and it's like mulberry paper. So again, I'm just going to, I think we'll use the tea dye. So it's kind of a soft, and this is the oxide, so I'm not bothered that if it's not fully stamping. I just want kind of the slight hint that there's something there. And then we'll put that there. And I think that looks quite cool. And we'll fold it up. And put that under there. But what I do want to do is I want to ink on top of that. Now what I've got to do is I've got to find a piece of paper that'll fit. I think this is maybe a bit too, no, that's fine. So what I'm doing is I'm just protecting the paper round about it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this. I'm just going over that way and over that way. And then when you take that away like that, you could actually, you know, put words on it or whatever you wanted. But that's how you make one of them. If you wanted, you could, you know, put a grommet in there and tie this round. I'm not that bothered. I quite like them. And they're handy, so I think I have got a pocket in here. I've got a pocket there, but it's not big enough to put that in. But this is, so if I wanted, I could put that in there like that, and that's how it would fit in. So, and that's a cluster that I did. So I need to put the rest of the pockets and everything in here and finish this off. So anyway, that's enough waffle. I did intend doing another one, but I enjoyed doing this one so much, and that opening came to me while I was doing the video, and I had that spare bit of card. So it's things like that. It just makes my videos longer. Anyway, I will see you in the next video, but we have them, and they're all very, very pretty. So I'll see you. Bye.